Hey, what's up, Yindings and all you beautiful people out there? It's time for me to talk about Mainframe Defenders. It's a nice game, I've been playing it, and I'm gonna date myself here a little bit, but it's kind of like um, Super Robot Tyson OG generation, those type of games that used to have back on the GBA or even on the DS. That type of grid based tactical RPG strategy type thing with bots as the focus. So, let me just start with a new game and show you the things and talk about it as I go on through. It's a new game. I'm currently in the middle of a run as well, but I think it should be able to take up another slot or something with this. If not, I don't mind. Starting a new game is not going to be too difficult. Okay, so we'll hear upgradable enemies. Throughout the game, you face a certain type of enemy, and it tends to scale up with the tiers that you go through, which is after a certain amount of rooms, the tier increases. You'll see that again after I'm done creating this squad and going in there. But right now, I'm gonna I'm gonna leave that off. I'm gonna leave this to normal. There's very easy, normal, hard, very hard. We'll keep it normal just because this is how I play usually. The meta progression of this, it's a roguelite, of course, but the meta progression of it is in the research menu and in your bots that you can get. So the research menu, as I found out after my first run, puts up all of these different items, unlocked items, for you to be able to purchase with the research points you get from your score at the end of the run. I got a couple of those, and after you click one of these, it refreshes with 5 new ones, and you pick from that as well. Right now I only have 87, so I can't purchase anyone for you guys to see. But I can also include that at the end of my last run, I got a certain amount of experience points. After leveling up, I got the Oppressor B as a new bot that I can add in to my squad. So what you do at the beginning of the game, of course, is pick 4 of these bots. You can only have one of each. You pick 4 of these bots, and you start the run with them. So I'm gonna go with the Viper, the Atlas, the Brigandine, and the Mechanic. Mechanic is good for healing because he has a repair kit, and that costs 2 AP, of course. Brigandine's a fairly mid-range thing, I would say, with a autocannon that hits 3 times in a row. The Atlas is a good long-range person with a range of 8 and a 20 to 22 damage ray gun that just hits hard. But they usually have notorious problems with heat. And the Viper is good for corrosion, which is kind of like your poison, your effects on your bots that happens to them over time, forever, and ignores armor. It stacks 1 damage for each corrosion. They start out with an acid cannon that gives 16 corrosion, and interference, which will lower the damage of their weapons for the next 3 turns. It sucks when it's used against you, but it's good when you use it on them, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there. And they all have their own separate utility things that they come along with. The Synapse is pretty good because they have a utility that comes with an acid infuser, which gives corrosion to each of your hits upon dealing damage. That's on every instance of damage. So even the 3 times hit here would do 3 different instances of corrosion. So if I had that on there, it would be 4. We have 12 corrosion just from that 3 attack. And if they had any other separate things, it would also add on to that. So let's start this run off. We're gonna go on, start the game. It goes through this first loading thing. I'm not too sure of the significance, but it's all here. This is the same opening each time. Establishing Gemini network connection. Network units 816. Broadcasting new directive. Broadcast response complete. Okay. Eventually, it connects to 4 different units, and you're in. There's a kinetic cannon. So how this works now is we get to see a bunch of different missions that we can pick out of for every run. In roguelite fashion, these are all going to be your branching missions for your tiers. Here we're in tier 1, progress 1 out of 7. After 7 different missions, we'll move on to tier 2, and tier 3, tier 4, etc. I didn't beat the game, but I did end the run by getting destroyed, and it still got me the progression. So it seems like it goes on for a long time, with the missions decreasing by about 1 or 2 each time for a new tier, and the bosses and enemies get harder. So we're going to look at the missions we have here. and what we could get from them. The acid cannon things have different rarities, of course. Something that's blue is like tier 2 of the rarities. There's gold, there's blue, there's like purple, there's gray, which is the normal, the lowest tier. Ooh, another ray gun. That's nice. Acid splasher. I have to consider what the people can use. Most people only have 2 AP. The Atlas has 3 AP because of the utility he has that gives him 1 extra AP. However, that also has a background effect on it. I'm going to check my squad again. I'm going to see on the right side here there's a fabricator. It puts up a different amount of items each time, and you can buy these by using your material, or your matter, my bad, to purchase them. It's your gold that you get from missions and from, there's a possibility you can find them on the map in different types of missions as well. I kind of want to get the acid infuser and start putting that on everybody because acid is great to have, but I would rather not have the lowest level. I know it's picky, but And then there's squad upgrades. Things like power management, which will give -3 heat per turn to every unit in my squad. I can purchase this and put it into his 4 out of 4 slots of squad upgrades, and it works perfectly for that. We will get that power management just so it's already up there, and we're gonna move it over to squad upgrades. If we look at our people, we get to see their stats. Atlas, like I said, has notorious issues with heat. Because of this heavy reactor, they get +1 AP, but it's -25 max heat. Now, every attack you make, really, gives you heat. So, for example, this ray gun gives you +15 heat every time you use it. So, once per turn, +15 heat. This will go to +5 heat per turn. You subtract the heat negatives you get from the heat you gain during that turn. And if you continue and you overheat, you take damage every turn you're overheated. A higher scaling amount depending on how high over that overheat limit you are. And for your units, you can upgrade them all in these 3 different tiers. You pick one of these 3 upgrades, you bend the matter, and then you do the same for the next and the next. It doesn't matter how many times you do it. You can only pick one of those 3 options, so you have to think about what you want to do and your playstyle while you're doing that. For example, if I upgrade the Viper, I can give them 2 hull each turn, which is their health. They'll recover 2 HP each turn. They'll apply corrosion upon dealing damage, but it will give them -15 max heat, so it will take them less to overheat. And there are enemies that do target just your heat levels, so it might be dangerous to do that. But it's worth it for the corrosion, I would say. And then there's armor breach as an effect, of course, -1 armor to the person you're attacking, so your attacks do more damage overall. It has no effect on things like corrosion or the interference and other status effects that would do damage, but your actual weapons that do damage, that physical damage increases based on the armor loss the person has. But it would also give them +3 heat at the end of every turn. So these are all difficult. This is probably the safest one to do for the first 3. And I like to usually level up the Viper first because I like the poison effects, really. I'm a sucker for poison effects. If you saw me play Astro Ascent, you'll know that for sure. That's how I won the run the first time, with my poison effects and my slimes. So it has a soft spot in my heart for it. We're gonna move on. We're gonna pick one of these. I'm gonna look for something that's got quite a bit of matter to it because I would like getting money and using it. The difficulty of the missions increases, of course, usually with the more matter you get from it. So, for example, this one would be 91 matter, but we have to deal with more enemies that are stronger. Let's see what we have here. I don't really need another acid cannon, but I could just get these things and then sell them afterwards for more matter. This flux cannon's pretty good. It will always crit and do more damage. It's 2, and it's got a good range on it, so I might think about that mission. I'm gonna hover over that for now. Overclocking kit does a lot more for your team. If you give it to somebody else, they then give their teammate +1 damage. But you know, that CD of 2 turns can really change things for you, because people don't care in this game. They will attack you every turn and move out the way, so you can't hit them again the next turn. The AI does not mess around in this game. So let's hop into it. I think I'm gonna go with the third one here, and I'm gonna sell probably this acid cannon after we get it. Liquid cooling is something important because it gives you -10 heat at the end of each turn. So I like that. Let's hit it. We're into the match. This is one of those where you get to see the matter. That's great, actually. I didn't know if I'd be able to get one of these for you guys. So our little AI buddy there tells us the parameters of the mission, and we can see over here on the left in the menu, the info, survive the assault. So we just have to survive for 3 turns, and after that we have to kill all of the enemies that are in the area, and we complete the mission. There are hazards on the map such as this heater, which gives +10 heat to anybody in 3 tiles range. But there's no real benefit to it aside from trapping an enemy in there and hitting it and destroying it. It applies +40 heat immediately when that happens. There's stuff like this suppression field, which gives you additional armor within 3 tiles. And then there's stuff on the field in this situation, like an upgrade chest. Each of them has different effects usually. This one will give you +6 second move range, which means after you move your first time, you can move again for 6 more tiles. It would be nice to have that on people, but I wonder who I'm going to put it on. I think I'm going to think about giving that to our mechanic, so he can heal people and move around more freely. So we're going to have our mechanic move over there, and they now have that effect. They can't move right now because they just got it, but that's it. We're going to move everybody around. You have to be careful when you're walking around because you can see, the closer you get to an entrance like this, you can see through it, but the enemies can also see you through it. And it doesn't look like they're currently asleep, so if they show up, they just show up, and I have to be ready to fight at any point. I'm going to put Atlas down this way. I want to look around and see where all this matter on the floor is, so I can send somebody to pick it up for each one of them. I'm going to send the Viper up this way so he can go this way. The mechanic is out this way. There's repair gel over here, which will heal people within these tiles, and there's a fan over here which lowers your heat within each tile that it has here. So these are nice little hazards for us to use. Now everybody's moved. We don't have anything else we can do. We could use any of these moves, but there's no point in doing that. Anything here is destructible. You can destroy any of these walls, etc. But that also opens up the door for your opponents to attack you as well. So I like to think about that only when I know I'm going to have somebody to step up and shoot them after I do it. So I'm not going to waste it. The Brigandine, let's move them on over to the matter. We've picked it up. We gained 13 matter altogether. There's nothing else in here. You can see by these X's, it doesn't go anywhere further this direction. So that's done. So we can bring him out of there after we're done with that. I'm going to send my Viper over this way. Check out this area. I see nothing up this way, and this doesn't go any further. So we're going to head for that matter and move back. Unfortunately, that means we're going to have to take some type of heat damage unless we go to this first and get the 6 second move here. I think we're going to do that instead. Anyway, mechanic, let's see what you can do. There's an enemy. A repairman. You see how wavy they are right now? That's because right now, they are not phased in. They're currently teleporting in. They'll be there next turn. They're not going to move, they're just going to come in there next turn. So consider it like Magic's summoning sickness type thing. They're not going to be able to do anything right now, they're just coming in. This is a repairman. They, of course, as the name entails, they repair their teammates. And they can hit you and give you more heat. Here's a Praetorian, pretty annoying. They do corrupted data to you, and that will lower your healing. They heal cut you, really. So that's what they do. Again, since he has the +6 second move, the mechanic can move again. I want to get these matter pieces, but it's so difficult to think about. I don't know if I want to go over there now. So let's move the Atlas, get that rest of the matter over there. Okay. So the Brigandine, we're going to start sending him over here to help out the Atlas. Atlas has moved. These guys are not summoning sick, so they can move immediately next turn. Now they've seen me. Now they will attack immediately. Usually it would say in the little activity thing, enemy squad has been alerted, but they were already alert because they weren't asleep here. Normally an info would say a couple amount of turns, like 3 turns before the enemy squad awakens or something. And that's how you know they were asleep and they could be alerted when they see you. For now though, Atlas is in a bad situation. Repairman's gonna be there. Hopefully that's gonna stay simple. There's a bulwark. What they do is they just hit you normally with the scythe, but they're just stronger. They have more armor, so they take less damage from your shots. So corrosion and stuff is good, but it's still, you know, not as effective as anybody else. And the scorpion's annoying because they breach your armor with every shot. Fortunately, they only have 1 AP, so they can only do 1 shot like that. But if they had more, if they had upgradable skills, they might be doing more to you. Alright, so who do we have left? Let's move over. Mechanics can still move. I'm going to throw them over this way. I can't shoot them because they're teleporting in. I wonder if Atlas can shoot somebody from there. Let's find out. Yes, Atlas can reach this repairman. Let's see if they can kill him. And dead. Okay, wonderful. And now it's their turn. Ooh, they're not going for me. Okay, that's nice. That's fortunate. Now, scorpions have a lot of health. Bulwarks, more so. So it's gonna be difficult to kill them, but I appreciate the fact that they're not attacking the Atlas immediately. Okay, so these guys are in. Let's send Mechanic over this way. Grab that matter, and you can run back over this way again immediately afterwards. We're gonna keep the Mechanic... We're gonna keep the Mechanic over here. If there's a way to get in this overlap over here of the fan and the repair, that would be pretty good. But I'm going to keep them over here so they can get healed in between turns here. Alright, hit him with the needle. I have 2 AP and needle costs 1 AP each. Boom. The needle has a side effect of internal damage, which does 15% max health each turn. Ignores armor, so it's kind of like corrosion, but not usually as strong. So they'll take 4 damage each turn. Now, I shoot him again. They'll take... Again, 4 damage each turn. The stack doesn't change the amount of max health damage. So even though you do a lot, it's a dot. It doesn't, you know, stop them from continuing to kill you. It didn't stack over that way. But we shot him, and that's the most we can do right now. As you saw, I gained 20 heat, and now it's gone down to 7 afterwards. Oh dear. Alright. There's another repairman. He might heal him, if he could. What's happening down here? Ooh, Atlas is getting smacked up. Oh, Lord. Okay, Brigandine, please be near enough to hit somebody. Yes, good. In firing range. Let's do this. Yeah, you see, we did like nothing there. 2 damage each shot. That sucks. We're gonna take Atlas over here. They can have some armor while they're standing there, but they're already -1 because of the scorpion. It's not going to stop us from attacking though, so we're going to continue doing that. Hopefully we can kill the scorpion. The bulwark doesn't do nearly as much damage as it probably wants to do, so I'm fine taking damage from it. I want the scorpion dead. Viper. Can't make it to one of those right now. We'll take some heat. I don't care. I want the matter. I'm greedy. And... Mechanic, let's see what you can do. I should probably go through the effort of killing one of these repairmen. If I shoot this guy, he might die next turn. Praetorian's there. Mechanics hurt a little bit. They can heal themselves as well, I believe. Okay, he's gonna need to get shot again to die. And then he'll just die automatically. That's not worth it. We'll do all the damage we can. We'll grab that matter. The matter will stay with me even if the mechanic dies, and I can just repair him afterwards with all the matter I got here. It should be enough to repair him at least 1 time afterwards. Alright, that's this move. Let's see where the Viper is. They can't do any attacks. We're done. Let's check out down here. I'm worried about these people. Oh good, Bulwark did nothing. Ooh, mechanic is losing health. Woo woo. Okay. So, status effects. Let's do this. Boom. Let's move again into this repair area, and we're gonna shoot this dude repeatedly. The more damage we get on them, the better. And they have that internal damage going on. So plus 9 damage each turn. Alright, check out everybody else. Brigandine's doing decent. I don't really want to deal with the guy right there anymore. I want to make sure the Scorpion is dead, but I can't reach him otherwise. So I'm going to have to keep attacking the Bulwark. Maybe I'll have both of them attack the Bulwark. Not too sure. It depends on how things are going here. Now, you don't have to attack and move. You can move or attack and just leave them there. And you can also just attack before you move. You know, you gotta think about your strategies, how you want to do it. Brigandine's gonna have to hit the Bulwark. I can't reach anybody else. That sucks. Let's take more of that armor. Alright, Viper, get out. Let's get you this, so you can move closer around here afterwards. Alright, that's that move. Mechanic hasn't healed yet. It's gonna happen, I assume, at the start of the turn. Ooh. You see, they keep hitting him, and the repairman keeps hitting him and giving him more heat. They just want him to get damaged that way. Oh, there's more people. And see, since we lasted all 3 of those turns, we now have to destroy all enemy units. We can tell there are 7 left somewhere around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's another one somewhere. We'll have to find him and kill him. Alright, let's get over there. We need to be closer to hurt these guys. I'll stick around over here so they can't see me necessarily when they walk out. If I could have shot that heater, it might have worked to damage these guys more. But unfortunately, we could not do that. Alright, Brigandine, let's get you close enough to hit both of them. That Scorpion is out of position. So let's hit him. And capitalize on these. I still do a lot of damage as the Atlas, even though he's got defenses. Alright, Mechanic, don't let me down. Oh, wait. Yeah, I just need to leave from that area at least, because he is getting healed by the repairman and all my attacks are then useless. Let me see if I can shoot him before I head out to give the repairman the ability to go heal him. That gets the repairman off my tail from potentially hitting me. Let's move on. Oh, they're breaking things, so they got a clear shot, I'm sure. Oh, there's the 7th guy, a Devastator. This thing. So you run into bosses, or I consider them bots like these. Devastators, Orions, things with significantly specific names. A Devastator. Let's see what they do. Plus 10 heat to self, gain 1 minimum damage and 1 maximum damage each turn. So there's no limit to that. The longer that Devastator stays alive, the stronger its cannon will be. That's rough. It's got 90 health. Okay, so it's a good thing everybody's gathering around here. So when I destroy these guys, we need to all focus this Devastator. Then we can handle these guys afterwards. They're pretty weak. Bulwark can probably die if I get Atlas over there. So I'm gonna put him up this way. Get that shot going. Yeah, over here. So we're still in the armor range. Boom. Bulwark gone. Mechanic. Let's run you over here. They need to heal themselves more than anything else right now. So I'm gonna keep them out of harm's way. Keep the Brigandine in between them. And use the repair kit. Only 8 heal, but it's still something, you know? So for now, I'm going to focus on damaging that Devastator the only way I know how. Poison! 16 damage coming in next turn. There we go. And now it does less damage because we also have the interference effect. 50% loss for 3 turns. So even though he's gaining damage, he's not gonna do too much to us now. See, Viper's pretty great. Alright, Brigandine. Let's see what you can do. Need that repairman dead. But I have to keep him here to save our other guy. Alright, well... The repairman only has enough AP to heal one person and continue on, so I might as well. Alright, we're all good. Oh, he still reached him. Ooh, okay. Alright, not too bad. Not too bad. Gotta watch out for these dudes. How many range does he have on that? 7. Oh. Well, he couldn't reach us. He just healed the other guy. Alright. Well, someone's gotta kill him. Atlas can do it. I'm sure. He did not kill him. Oh, it was the armor. Saved his life. I should have realized. Mechanic can definitely kill him then. Let's keep them out of the way of the enemy for a little bit. And focus on this guy. He should die. Oh, no. He didn't die. Mechanic can still move though, so we'll take him out this way so no one else can get to him. Maybe the repairman can. Maybe. But they'll probably walk over here trying to heal their friend. And this guy will probably try to heal him. I'm gonna continue poisoning him because that stacks. The repairman can get killed too if I hit him with the poison, but eh. I could also hit the heavy spider, make sure that dies. But I'm more worried about that devastator, so we'll leave that alone. Let's walk over here to the armor. Boom. We'll use the armor as a nice retreating tool every time. We can kill our repairman, we can kill the spider. We might be able to kill him if it hits 27, just every shot it can. I'll make sure the repairman gets killed. Need to block more. Mechanic going up with heat, thanks to all that attack from earlier. You have to be careful. Yeah. Okay, so we got this, There's the 4 of them here, and we can definitely handle that. Let's pincer them. Walking on in. Getting some shots. Boom. Alright, so the Devastator will die next turn, because it has 45 damage incoming. Heck yeah. Alright, let's see who else I can shoot with this. I cannot reach anybody, so I'll have to move again. Right here's fine. Heavy spider. I can probably handle them. The armor. I keep forgetting. Brigandine kill though. Yeah, thank you, Brigandine. And we'll make sure that someone else gets some damage here. Let's go with... Viper moves twice, right? So Viper will go this way, and then move again, and shoot this dude from the back end. Let's get some poison on you. And that is game. There goes the Devastator. Our path is pretty clear from here on out, so I think we're doing pretty well. Let's get him down. Boom. No armor to save you. Not this time. And this should be enough to kill him next turn. Yes, it is. And that is game. Mission complete. I should have gotten the matter, but I missed some of it. There's not much fanfare to your wins. You know, the mission completes and things. It's just that you get the items you looked for, and that's about it. So I got a +2 armor utility, and the liquid cooling. And then it just continues on. Now we're on 2 out of 7 matches. It continues on and on. And of course, now I have more matter. I could level somebody up, and I can check out the new things we have in the shop. Ooh. Nine to 16 times 2. I think that's stronger than what we get with the autocannon, I assume. Definitely stronger than the needle, but it's 2 AP. 7, 14, 21. No. It has a possibility of being stronger, but it's not always stronger. Focused laser. 1 AP. Pretty good, actually. If I put it on somebody like Brigandine, we definitely do a lot more. We definitely do a lot more than we would with the autocannon. So I'm gonna bother to buy that. It's only 85. Focus laser is looking pretty good. Filter module. If the unit has moves left, plus 60% crit chance. That's pretty cool. Some of these bots, when you level them up, they have the opportunity to... Well, let's see, for example here. All allies within 5 tiles of range repair 2 HP each turn. Pretty good, right? Or negative 5 heat each turn. Also pretty good. But it is all the people like the Synapse that can give the rest of the squad additional movement like that. Like what we got from those chests, they just give it to the whole squad. So they get plus 2 move speed tiles every turn. So like, that can help out everybody else. And the Atlas here is mostly just on the lower their heat limit, but do more damage type situations. And I can get second move range on the Atlas, so he can move forward on his own after his first movement, but more heat. Now, if one of my people had died here, there would be a little mechanical symbol here, like a wrench symbol here. And then I would have to click that. I'd spend matter to rebuild one of them. It's not that much. It's probably only like 30 to 60 matter, whatever. It's usually not as much as you get from one mission, even the lower ones. So, dying isn't the worst thing. It's just making sure that all your units don't die at one time, as well as completing the mission. If your people are dying, you can still complete the mission. If it's like leaving and heading to the evac point or something, you can still do that, and then you'll succeed in the mission even though most of your people died on the way out. So sometimes it can be good. Now, I said I'd disassemble this acid cannon. I'm reconsidering whether I want to have another corrosion type person. So I get the Viper with corrosion, and then I also have the Brigandine with corrosion. So they like, double hit it for a nice 32 damage each turn or something, which would be pretty good. Whoop. Maybe I even... Okay, here's my idea, right? Instead of selling that, I'm gonna go to the needle here. And I'm gonna put the... Or I'm gonna go to mechanic, and I'm gonna give him the acid cannon. Get rid of that needle, disassemble that. And now we have another acid type person. They're both gonna do corrosion damage. That needle was just, you know, a little bit damage and the internal damage. But this does the assured corrosion, which generally would do a lot more than the internal damage would do anyway. Let's see who we can give more armor to. Who was getting taken a lot of hits in the last match? Let's think. Viper already has 2 armor. Mechanic could probably use some armor. And of course, liquid cooling would be good for somebody like Atlas. And we could level them up too. So we wanted to get the focused laser for the Brigandine. And if we actually do that, I have rethought my process. Let's give the liquid cooling to the Brigandine. And also give them the focus laser, so we're going to buy one of those. Great. Autocannon can stay there for now. I don't have anything else to put in there. But when I do, I will. To be fair, I could put a focus laser on Mechanic instead of having him take this extra acid cannon. But I love the idea of having the corrosion. Alright. So that's going to be negative 20 per turn if they don't do anything else. and that is pretty good, I would say. This gives plus 15 heat to self per hit, so it'll be plus 30 altogether. I would be getting a little bit of heat every turn, but 10 heat every turn is not too bad, especially when I can just not attack for a turn and be fine. And sometimes I can switch it up by using the autocannon instead, which is just plus 20 and it'll just cancel out everything. So you can see how this game goes. There's customization for your people here. You can name them. You can name your brigandines different things, your vipers different things, your bots different things. You can change their color just for that one. And the color of their movement thing afterwards follows that same color scheme. So let's say I have them all red. The trail that would follow them would also be red. That is Mainframe Defenders. This is just the cycle you go through repeatedly until you cannot anymore. I like this game. I'm gonna keep doing it. I've been playing for hours after I got it, and even with these hours going on, I didn't realize just how much I had to do for that meta progression. I look forward to it now. This is gonna be pretty darn great, I would say. The more people playing this, the better. But unfortunately, it's only one player. That's the saddest part of it all. Let's see what color I want to go for today. Let's go with green. Some type of green. Let's make them that. Yeah, why not? And everybody's gonna get that color. I'll rename my Vipers some different things in a second. Viper, you will make you a little bit more blue for the aesthetics. Atlas, you definitely need to be like a blue or something. There we go, that's a good one. Mechanics, I think you could stay yellow. I don't want it to be white because then it'll be confusing other people. We'll give you that color, whatever this is. Closer to my favorite color. And boom, there we go. My team's all set up. I can definitely upgrade somebody. I would like to upgrade the... Well, I could give him armor breach, but I don't want to do that right now. Let's do the -5 heat at the end of each turn. He's upgraded. I could still get him to do level 2 upgrades if I wanted to. But I think we're good for now. Viper, I like your corrosion things. Let's see what we can do on that. Ooh, interesting. So I could do the corrosion and also armor breach, so somebody hitting him next does more damage to him in addition to the corrosion that's going on. Non-burst weapons apply 8 corrosion upon dealing damage. That's gonna be a good thing to do after I level him up again. And what did I say? I said I was gonna end this off, and now I'm getting stuck inside of there. Alright, but thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed the game, please make sure you go get it. I believe it's very cheap on Steam at the moment. I've been playing for like 11 hours already. And right now on Steam, I believe the game is only 77 cents. So it's a steal. It's a real steal. And it's also a real good game. Thanks for being here. And if you enjoyed yourself, I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you do all the things so that I can continue bringing you these types of videos and looks into the games that I'm playing. Feel free to suggest some things that you want to play in the comments. I usually read them and I take them into consideration. Somebody suggested I play one of those border patrol type games where you test to see if people are zombies and things. If you know the name of one of those, please put that in the comments so I can find that and buy it on Steam. And then I'll play that even live on Twitch, even today or throughout the rest of the week. I stream every day on Twitch. Around 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Maybe even 6:30, depends on how I'm feeling that day. But it's at least 6 p.m. every day Eastern Time, except for Fridays and Saturdays. I look forward to seeing you guys there. The links are in my profile. I have that there. I have a Discord as well. You can join in and suggest things in there. Or just hang out with me and the rest of my crew. The little Yindings, the Dingies, and our Speeple. As always, I'll leave you with these. Remember that you're beautiful, you're special, you're worthy of love, and I look forward to seeing you all here next time. Thanks for coming out. Enjoy Mainframe Defenders. I know I will. Goodbye. Keep on moving on until there's nothing else to move on to when we're gone. Can you hear the hum of the hummingbird? Can you smell the breeze carrying leaves that it lured?
Can you cry for your mother and your father too? Can you breathe until there's no air left in you?